XKO gonna save the FGC? You know, why doesn't the FGC get as much viewership as some other genres, etc.? And every time the topic comes up, I always take.
Yo, actually, that's one thing I do want to say. Why do you guys think that is? That the FGC community or genre doesn't get that many views as others. Like I genuinely don't understand why. Like I kind of like on this. I can't kind of understand it, but not really, because it's a good genre. It's been here for ages now. So how come it's not as big as other genres? You know, because if we go to Twitch or if we go to Twitch and we compare the games and views across the genres, this is one of the low ones. Let me see. Fun is when you're playing with friends and family. Okay. Okay, you got me in that one, bro. You got me in that one.
Take an interest in it because I have a marketing background, so I think it is an interesting topic to talk about. Growth of the FGC. I feel like what people are looking for whenever this topic comes up is some sort of burst, some big wave of excitement that's going to come about whenever a new title gets released. I think in this new age where people sort of look to a website like Twitch as an indicator of what's pop.
Also, bro, like, maybe what he's referring to is a game in specific. He's talking about games, not the genre itself. Cause if we're talking about the genre, we're talking about all fighting games. These people are still playing as Schoolgirls, a Street Fighter 3, a Street Fighter 4. And if you add those numbers, it kind of makes sense. You can kind of like balance it out with any game that is the wave right now, you know? It's not as big, but also not as small as we think it is. It's just divided in so many games that you don't really see it, you know?
Popular at any given moment. There is a sense that there could be a game that comes along and generates so much excitement that it rockets, the genre all the way up to people's attention, because that's frankly just the pattern that they're used to seeing, right? League of Legends comes out, new genre, super interesting. MOBAs take over for a good while. Fortnite sort of refines this battle royale genre that had been cooking for a little while. Totally new genre for people. Tons of excitement, big boost of viewership. Dota Auto Chess comes out, new genre. Team Fight Tactics refines it. New auto battler thing, huge wave of excitement and attention, right? This is just the pattern that people have gotten used to. So that
you see, like, I kind of don't agree with that, because again, he's talking about a game and comparing it to a genre. He's grabbing League of Legends and comparing it to a whole genre. You know, like, I don't think that's fair, because one, League of Legends has been out for a minute. People don't drop that game, and people who do drop it like me, we kind of go back every now and then. But again, he's not talking about a single game here when it comes to fighting games. Just he's talking about it as a whole, and that's kind of where I don't agree to what he's saying right now.
They're sort of looking for, like, what is this game that's going to come out that's going to bring our community out to the forefront of our attention. And I think what's important to note about each of these is that when these things pop off, they're very new and very fresh to that big audience of people. I say that they're new genres, but really the games that were catalysts for this sort of thing were not on the ground floor inventing these genres. League of Legends didn't invent MOBAs. Dota didn't even invent MOBAs. I believe it was a mod for the original StarCraft called like Aeon of the Storms or something like that. Dota iterated upon some of those ideas, and then League of Legends refined some of those ideas even further. Again, Teamfight Tactics did not invent this auto battling genre. Dota Auto Chess was on the ground floor of that. Fortnite did not invent battle royales. PUBG didn't even invent battle royales. Battle royale was a mode that
I do kind of like want to see where he's going with this, actually, because this is a rabbit hole what he's talking about, bro.
Was like an Arma 2 mod, I believe.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Maybe it was Arma 3. I don't know. One of those.
It was Arma 2, then Arma 3.
For Arma, right? And so
same thing with DC. DC came out of a mod on Arma 3.
There was going to be a game that came around and popped off and got a ton of people's attention. Basically, it would be such an iteration upon what fighting games already are that it would no longer appeal, I don't think, to the people that currently like fighting games as they exist right now. There have been a number of efforts from multiple different developers over the years to try to simplify or refine systems within fighting games to try to get them to appeal to a wider market. And usually the end result is either that the wider market is a little bit more accepting. You know, I'm not going to say it doesn't help out at all, but usually the existing fan base is either middling on the changes or actively dislikes them, right? And I think even, you know, historically there
yeah, I know which games he talking about, because right now I'm lost. I don't know which games he could be talking about. I don't know, to be honest.
have been instances where there were big shifts in fighting game design to attract a wider market. The big one that comes to mind is Smash Brothers, right? And even with Smash Brothers, it's so different, it appeals to such a different demographic that we sort of, you know, subjugate it over to its own platform fighter subgenre that many people within the fighting game community don't even consider to be a fighting game. They like joke and jab at it and say it's a party game or whatever. Obviously it's a fighting game. That's not even debatable in my mind. But you know, I don't think it gets the same respect, and I don't think it has the same appeal to the same market.
Super Smash Bros. Yeah, no, but he mentioned it though. But it was before that. I was kind of lost. I don't know which ones he was talking about. I see. That's what I meant by the new characters, kind of. What is bro? Yeah, but about what do you mean? Narwhal? What do you mean?
That's more traditional.
It's like the easy mode that we get in Tekken, and says boy for butter and the new character. Like the easy mode that we get in Tekken, so with the 4 button and the new character. Yes, but you also gotta consider that it becomes cheesy in a way that is not balanced for the rest of the characters. You know, because let's say if you can just spam moves, okay, you got frame data and all that, but that doesn't really count when it comes to let's say on low tiers, let's say gold. I mean not gold, silver or rookie, that we don't really understand frames and how they work. If you just keep spamming the same moves, you know, let me see, and the new characters that not really matter until they actually handicap you. You don't need optimal combos. Actually, yes and no, cause so like at least Street Fighter did it right by nerfing some of the damage that the modern players do, but in Tekken, bro, modern controllers are way too OP, to the point that you don't really need to play classic on Tekken, bro. If you play patiently, keep on modern, do what you gotta do. Like if you understand the game, we low ranks. No. But I was talking about Street Fighter. How would it affect it? I say, nah, it's like making. They just say like, I don't know. It's like what we play again. That's what it comes. Yes, like I'm not saying it's not so. I'm saying that it also doesn't make it fair for someone that like okay, it kind of makes sense if you don't have the time because you work, you got a family, you do what you gotta do. Everyone has a life, and you can't afford to have the time to learn the game to the best of your capital. of your abilities. I understand what modern is there, but also it comes because here is where Street Fighter did it right. They nerfed that by modern controllers doing less damage. Okay, you don't want to put the time in it because you can or whatever reason, but you're gonna do less damage, you know. So it's kind of like a sense of learning the game and getting rewarded, and actually just keeping that and kind of getting rewarded. Yo, 80s, bro. I'm looking at the same video that he was watching this morning because it was interesting, bro. It was interesting. Look what happened to wait, what happened to him, bro? What happened to him? Play Tekken guy right with modern controller, you're gonna go watch. Yeah, bro, because also it comes into consideration that, okay, you also need to understand the game. It's not you just gonna pick on modern, you're gonna be a masters, you know. I play the game very casually, and I haven't played since Tekken 5, and I'm red rank. I'm not the best, but I'm not bad. But you bring in experience into it, bro. In a way, I can understand that you left the game for a minute, but also there's some experience involved. Yeah, bro. Yes, 80s, bro. I really liked that, bro. When I was awake, I was like listening to it, listening to the conversation, going back, blah, 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 typing, going back and keep listening, bro. It was fun, bro. It was fun. But there are also some stuff because he was like talking over some of the stuff that he was saying, so I kind of like, that's why I want to like rewatch the video myself and go through it. And also I didn't like agree to some of the stuff that he was saying, or some of the things that he disagreed with this guy that made the video.
Fighting games do, right? I think if you're looking for this big surge and wave of new participation and cultural relevance, I think honestly we've already had that. Like, I'm a little bit too young. I wasn't really there on the ground floor for any of this. I'm an 09er, as they say. But, you know, back in the days when Street Fighter 2 was popping off and when Mortal Kombat was starting to come out, those things were like really big cultural moments. Like, those started conversations not just within the video game industry or within video game players, but all across society, you know, especially in Mortal Kombat.
Yo, that's true, bro. I would compare, like, even though I was little and stuff, but like the hype that was around MK3 when I was growing up and Street Fighter 2, bro, it was huge, bro. It was huge. I would say I believe MK3 came out in like 1997 or something like that, bro. I remember playing that game around 2007. No, maybe less. Maybe 2005, 2006. We were still playing that game, bro. All we played was Mario Kart, MK3, Street Fighter 2, bro. That was all we played all day. And we only went to Mario Kart once we tired playing those two games, bro. Like, once we play for like 12 hours of those two games, then we'll be like, hey, let's play some of this before we go home or whatever. But it was fun.
You know, Street Fighter 2, I think huge. At that time, the idea of being competitive within a video game was still relatively new to people. And I think adding...
Oh, I feel like it wasn't there. Like, maybe... Hey, thank you, Happy. Thank you. I feel like back then, since we don't understand... I mean, not that we don't understand, but the games, they were not as well made as they are right now, like equally balanced. The competitive aspect of it wasn't there. It was just mashing buttons and going through fights and having fun.
That, along with the fact that you had to like go to an arcade and you had to invest a little bit of money to even be able to practice. It was a very social experience. You were interacting with other people face to face. That sense of identity that you had, both with like, you know, the arcade and the local scene that you belonged to, but also the sense of identity with like, you know, I'm a Fei Long player.
I think right now is like the modern peak of fighting games. Is for sure would be when to SKO. Thank you, Happy, for sharing the live. Appreciate you. I can't say if we are, bro. Like, to be honest, because pretty much I'm new to the fighting community, bro. In general, because I know I played Street Fighter 2, MK3 growing up a little bit, but bro, the amount of years that I was out of FGC, bro, it was huge. I pretty much forgot everything about it. I gotta be honest. Up until recently, and I got into SF6 because of a friend of mine who was like, "Yeah, you just gotta get it." I didn't want to get the game because, like, to be honest, I didn't want to get a Street Fighter 6. I didn't. I didn't like fighting games. And then he was like, he convinced me to buy it. We did. I played with him for like. Hey, thank you guys. Oh shit! Thank you, Happy. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, this was when Street Fighter 6 had the beta. He signed up for it. I don't know. Street Fighter 6. We played a little bit Street Fighter 5, but I didn't know when the new Street Fighter 6 was coming out. So he signed up for the beta. He got access, and he was like, "Yo, let's play this new game. I got the beta. I got access for like 2 days or something like that." I'm like, "I bet." I tried it. It was just a fighting game, in my opinion. Like, nothing special about it. But when the game came out, I fell in love with it, bro. He made me buy the game. He was like, "Yo, you gotta buy the game. I don't care. Just do it. You don't like it? Okay, fuck it." I bought the game not expecting to play as much or enjoy as much as I did or I do. Like, I gotta be honest, bro. So I kind of like the reason why I'm saying this is because I got into the fighting community by mistake. You know, not by mistake, but what can I say? Help me out. What's the word that I give here? Like, I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't looking for fighting games at all. But I'm here, you know? Like, I'm just here. Like, because I think the FGC was super popular in the 90s, 2000. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Thank you, 80s. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Shit. Let's see. Because I think the FGC was super popular in the 90s and 2000, but it died down a bit. Yes, it died down, bro. And I would say it died down because, in a way, maybe it has to do something with technology, bro. Maybe. We got you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. But maybe like technology and I would say money didn't help. Money and I'm referring to not the FGC not having no money. Nah, hell no. I'm talking about money in how much money people put into promoting Call of Duty, into promoting sport games, you know? Hold up. Let's get it. You still here? Alright, bet money. Yes, we are happy. I'm just like yapping right now, you know, but we're here. But we're here. Let's see. But yes, I feel like, and also like the amount of money that those genre put into streamers was insane. Also, like, if you when was it? YouTube came out in like 2007, 2008, something like that. By 2012, 2017, bro, I would say the genre that was like everywhere was FPS, Black Ops 2, bro. That genre, that game was just everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
Or I'm a Blanca player or whatever. That was like pretty new to people. And I think that was a massive cultural moment that, you know, unfortunately I wasn't a part of. I didn't get to experience. But now we're sort of living in the aftermath of all of that. And I think that when we're looking at it through that lens, we can try to compare ourselves to the other genres that have sort of come and gone.
Pull up, Happy.
And I think that we have a lot to be proud of. Like, I think of, you know, when Twitch first was coming out, the most popular game on the platform at that time was StarCraft 2. StarCraft was massive overseas in like Korea and some other Asian regions. And it was just an incredibly competitive and very popular game. And when StarCraft 2 came out, it sort of gave it an international presence.
Yo, what's up? No, because we're watching a video. But the actual game is banned. Yep. We're here though. We're on a Street Fighter.
It had a lot of like national pride and competitions and whatnot. And people were able to like see it firsthand and live, often for like the first time. It was able to see people training on their own independently and streaming their own like ladder experience for the first time. And that was, you know, a really big cultural moment.
Yo, Sajam was like the most popular sport for a minute. Oh, I didn't know, bro. I don't know, to be honest. That's why I was like, I started watching, like, maybe it was just me, the bubble that I was in, because all I saw was BO2 growing up from 2011 to 2015. All I saw was like BO2. It was just everywhere. That was when FaZe became a thing, Optic became a thing, Obey became a thing. So pretty much that was like my bubble right there.
Where are strategy games today? I don't know. I mean,
yes, I did. But back when I watched, when I used to watch those, it was like Scump, Pamash, Semtex. Those guys, they were like the faces of COD.
Arguably, we haven't seen another
and FaZe in general
great strategy games since StarCraft 2 came out. I think, you know, there are a couple of people who are working on that right now, trying to develop new games like Storm games.
Place it. Oh yes.
And
yo, bro. I got another video. Let me show you, bro. I hope this is still on queue. Let me look for it. I gotta look for it. Give me 1 second. Cause he's also talking about Black Ops 2. Not specifically Black Ops 2, but it was the fakery behind. Like, let's play this, and then we're gonna watch the other video.
There has also been scenes, you know, for.
But it's about BO2 pretty much. Yeah, Timmy.
Retro Age of Empires games. So I don't want to totally disregard the strategy game community. But I think it would be fair to say that it is middling, and that a lot of those players that were interested in that type of isometric strategy game have moved on to MOBAs, which kind of replicate that, but in more of a team environment, right? When it comes to MOBAs, I do think that they are still incredibly culturally relevant and still very, very popular. But if I'm looking at trends, I do feel like they're kind of on the down curve or on their way out.
That's true,
I feel like there are less and less people that are in.
Yo, that's true, bro. Because you don't really be seeing. I do. I play LoL. I play League of Legends. I was gonna add to what he just said, bro. You don't really be seeing League of Legends, Dota, Smite, Paragon, or predecessor. You don't really be seeing memes or like videos or stuff about them. But the community is still huge, you know. It's weird.
Interested in picking up and learning games like League of Legends or Dota 2 every single day. And I don't think I sense the possibility for new titles to sort of emerge and take people's attention. I do think we'll start to see things like Smite 2 replacing Smite and, you know, modernizing the existing titles that we already have. But I don't think there's going to suddenly be like a new MOBA that comes out and really shakes up people and gets them excited for the genre again. I think people like what they already like, and it's going to be very difficult to convince them to relearn an entirely new MOBA with an entirely new set of characters again. I think that's kind of where they're going to be. And when I look at the FGC in comparison, I think
I just feel like the only, in my opinion, one of the only ways that, or one of the only paths that they could take is maybe what's it called, Fortnite is doing, like adding as many stuff and many collabs as they can to keep the game relevant. Because at the end of the day, I'm one of those. We don't play Fortnite unless we see like a skin we like, and then we go hop on it, buy the skin for 2 days. I mean, buy the skin, play for 2 days a week max, and you're out of the game for another 6-7 months or maybe a year. Let me see. Low pick already. I think it's still popular. Low pick. Yo, League of Legends still pop, bro. Like, I haven't seen. I don't think League of Legends has dropped top 10, top 5 on Twitch since 2010, maybe 2012, maybe, but it hasn't fallen.
It's really worth noting and talking about that it has pretty steadily and consistently grown ever since, I guess, like almost ever, right? Like, sure, maybe it doesn't have the cultural relevance that it did back when Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat and all of that stuff was still new and fresh to people, but I think it's undeniable that, like, the tournament presence, the number of people that are showing up, the amount of money that is invested, the amount of eyes and attention that are on the genre, regularly, not just in this moment, like in the conversation, but like literally tuning in to watch tournaments and talk about, the performance of players and whatnot. I think that,
bro, also, bro, I would say it also has a lot to do with how the social media works. Because let's say you like three Tekken videos on TikTok. That's all you're gonna see for the next month. And also that kind of like drives you away from other things that you could see or would possibly see, but you won't ever see it because you already told TikTok that you like those things. For your TikTok coming back in a way, because exactly, bro. And that's everywhere across the board, bro. Because you do this on YouTube, that's all you're getting. You do this on Instagram, that's all you're getting. You do this on Facebook, that's all you're gonna see. Like, it's everywhere you go. Like, it makes sense because I'll be like, okay, you like this video, okay, here's more of this. But bro, like, today I woke up craving a sandwich. That doesn't mean tomorrow I'm eating another sandwich,
that's all higher than it's ever been. And I think part of that strength, part of what's able to make this community so stable and so sturdy, is the fact that it is the fighting game community and not the
it's a video team. We on a Street Fighter right now,
or the Tekken community. You understand what I'm saying? The fact that at any given moment, if a game comes out and we just happen to not like it, then the people that don't like it can just play a different fighting game, and it's totally fine. Because any tournament that you go to is gonna have like 8 different games at least.
You see, he's saying exactly what I said before. He was comparing a game, League of Legends, to a whole genre, and that's not really fair in a way, because you got people that only play Tekken, you got people that only play Street Fighter, and you understand. If you do like, if you look at the whole genre, the numbers look low, but if you add them all together, we're talking about a lot of people, bro. A lot of people
represented. Right? When your community is based around a single game, you run the risk of having a shitty patch or having a shitty meta for a time and just sort of being stuck with it and needing to sort of power through it. Whereas, if you're a community based around a genre like we are, then you're able to just shift around and just stick to playing whatever new releases excite you the most. I do think, however, in modern times, the communities do face unique issues that are born of innovations within the genre. Mainly,
what do you mean?
The fact that rollback is so ubiquitous now, I think has made it really, really difficult to convince people to come out to local events anymore. And I think my proposal, and I don't want to take credit for this, I did see somebody on Twitter talking about this, and I think it's an excellent idea. But I think we just have to reframe the way that we have traditionally done locals. Locals traditionally have...
I mean, I kind of agree with him, but not like 100%. Because if you play games, and I'm sorry, I'm talking about me especially, I don't feel like being that way. Some people don't go to logos. Yes and no, bro. Yes and no. I'm gonna tell you why. if you play games, I'm talking about me. Since I play games, right? I'm a gamer. Damn happy. I would say this. I don't like to go outside. I don't mind going outside, but if I have to, I would avoid going outside. And I'm talking about me personally. And I know there's more people that feels like me. But funny thing, when I was growing up, I hated being in the house, bro. Like, I would come home from school, throw my book bag in my room, straight out, bro. Straight out the door. Meeting some friends, meeting with friends, playing, doing whatever, bro. Come back, do homework, shower, same thing, bro.
Been basically weekly tournaments, or however frequently you can do it. So you say, hey, you know, people in this city, if you want to come out, we're going to be playing every Friday night at da-da-da's. You know, come out to da-da-da's. There's a $5 entry fee, and then there's a $5 bracket fee. We're going to play in a tournament.
It's like personal. It's a personality thing. Some people are just more into that stuff. That's true. Yeah, it's a personality thing. That's why I said, like, I was gonna talk about, like, me and my experience, cause I also, like, I'm not unique. I know there's, like, out of 10 people, maybe 2 of us could feel the same way. But now, let's say out of 100 people, that's 20. Out of 1,000, that's 200. You know, keeps adding more. And let's say I live in New York, right? New York State, New York City. So I don't know why I said New York State with the fuck. So my 2 closest friends, bro, one of them lives about, it's like a 20 to 25 minute drive. Add a little extra if you're looking for parking. If you're not looking for parking, now you gotta catch the bus at around 45 minutes. My other friend who likes fighting games, we don't have the same work schedule, so it's gonna be so it's gonna be hard for us to be like, hey, Friday we're doing this, because he most likely he's gonna be working, or I'll be working. So that also, like, you know, drags you away from going to locals. Distance
and
time management
is cool. I mean, it's a great, you know, venue, but I think the major problem is the fact that as soon as you ask people to pay to enter a tournament, there are perceived stakes. Even if it's like $5 and there's like nothing really on the line, people will literally think to themselves, like, I don't want to drop.
Guys, I got my own take on this and my own opinion, but what do you guys think about this, bro? I don't want to say it because I can't, but I'm just gonna let him talk, if you know what I mean. But what do you guys think about this?
Drive across town and pay $5 to play in a bracket, lose twice, and then sit around for like the next hour and a half, 2 hours, just waiting for casuals to start. And then when casuals start, half the people leave because they just wanted to play in the tournament, right? So I feel like we have to reframe the way that we organize our weekly events to be like get-togethers, right? Because if it's just like a, you know, wherever FGC social, then there's no pressure towards coming out. And I feel like people would be much more ready to come out, pay, you know, a $10 venue fee, and then just be able to play casuals the entire night, interact with people, you know.
Actually, yes, I kind of do understand what he's saying right there, bro. Because maybe like those venues where or those like places where they do locals, like the actual management of where they go, they should have like a more greetable, friendly, social environment. Something that like if you let's say I live in the Bronx. I don't, but let's say I live in the Bronx and I gotta go to and my nearest locals is at Brooklyn. It would take me some time to actually think through if I want to go, and when I do decide, let's say I do decide I do want to go, I'm gonna feel awkward because I don't know anyone there. you know. So maybe maybe some type of like group, like some type of group or something where, let's say even a Discord, bro, they make a Discord. They be like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm new. You kind of like welcome yourself in step by step through the Discord and be like, hey, you know, like, somewhat like, let's say they doing the event. They have people on Discord just watching it because they don't want to go. They're still like too shy to do it. Like that's one way around it. Like make people feel like hey, you don't have to show up if you don't have to. You could just be on Discord, watch it, enjoy. Let's say while I watch it on Discord, there's gonna be people in chat, in general chat, just talking. Oh, you saw it, you know, like little by little, and then I'll be like, and then let's say by a month later, you kind of like get to know those people a little bit better, or you got a feeling like you know them a bit more. Let me see. I know being 20, but look, I'm not really what goes on. What do you mean? Like you don't. What are you trying to say? I don't want to like.
Strong clear there. Hey, can you watch my replay? Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I'll watch it. Get some advice. Get some pointers. Talk about controllers. You know, I just installed these buttons. Why'd you do that? The response time I think is better. I just like the way they feel. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll try that.
Better try Keem out.
There's just a much more to gain and much less to lose when it is an environment without stakes, effectively.
You're talking about if they like crazy, if they go like, yo, why keep doing that, like, you know, like aggressively, or if they aggressive, or if you don't know if you will like the environment, like you don't know what actually happens at those events.
This isn't to imply that you can't run tournaments. Obviously, I think tournaments are really
the ones that I went to. I went to one on like 2017, 2018 for Fortnite. I did not like the environment, but there's not a GameStop, it's another branch near my house, and I remember I was going to that one weekly for about 6 months, but I didn't enjoy Smash Bros, so I just dropped it. Because my cousin was the one that was like, hey, the store that is next to your house, they actually do this, you want to come with? Just let me know when you arrive. So I just pull up, like, I bet, let's do it. And he kind of like made me go in a way, like how the venues run and stuff. I mean, it depends on what they doing, bro, but some of them, they really unorganized, if that makes sense. I remember, look, I went to a Microsoft store in Manhattan. This was back in 2017. There was a Fortnite event. We arrived, bro, around 12 p.m. It was duos. It was a duos tournament. My friend and I, bro, we ended up playing around 6:30 to 7 p.m. By the end, bro, like I didn't want to play. At the end, I was like 3 hours in, I was like, yo, let's get out of here, bro. Let's get out of here. I wish I would still talk to this person, but I don't. But he would like add more to the experience and how bad it was, bro. It was awful. It was awful, bro. It was awful. And we're talking about a Microsoft store, bro. And it's a really huge mic. Look, I'm gonna look it up right now, bro. So you see, like, there's money there. That what this sort of time. Yo, what's up, Josh? What's up, boy? There's a let me see, images. This right here, bro. This is the one that we went. Second floor, that's where they were doing, that's where they do the events. Once a month, they do different games. I mean, twice a month they do, I believe. I don't something like that. I only went there once, and I saw, like, I've read what they do and how they do it, whatever. But dude, we arrived there around 12 p.m. and we ended up playing around like 6:30 to 7 p.m. bro. It was just bad
for us. But
bad.
I just think that they shouldn't be the selling point. It should.
And we only played once. We only played once. 2 games. We played 2 games and that was it. Yo, Happy, where do you go, girl?
Come
where
out
you go?
to our weekly tournament every Friday. It should be like, come out to the social. We'll have a little bracket there, but we'll have setups on the side if you want to just hang out and play, have some drink.
I don't know. Yo, Happy, you still in chat, girl? You still in chat, girl? I went to locals, but it was for Fortnite, bro. It was. Nah, you don't have to. What you mean? You can skip. You come on, come back, cause we almost done. Let's go. Come back. So I went to a tournament. It was a Fortnite tournament that I went for that, to that specific tournament that we're talking about.
You know, whatever you want to do. Now, if we're talking about Twitch viewership, like why are
later
streams less viewed than mobile
later, ahorita no.
Because there are no stakes, effectively, is the way to put it.
Wait, what he said? What he said?
Most Friday, it should be like, come out to the social. We'll have a little bracket there, but we'll have setups on the side if you want to just hang out and play, have some drinks, you know, whatever you want to do. Now, if we're talking about Twitch viewership, like why?
Yes, but that doesn't really apply, bro. Cause let's say a man is in a whole 5-star meal right now. He waiting on the couch to be KIL, cook, pill, drain, everything. Yo, that doesn't really apply because let's say you go to a GameStop. It's not that big. Let's say you go to a basement like I almost did. It's not that big. You don't have that many computers or you don't have that many systems that you can play it on.
Why are fighting game streams less viewed than MOBA streams, strategy game streams, whatever? The reason is because there are no stakes, effectively, is the way to put it. So the most successful categories on Twitch are categories that have, how do I phrase this? Basically, they have like contained stories that somebody can sit there and watch, right? So for example, a League of Legends game is going to last about 40 minutes and it has a start. Some things can happen. Those things influence the middle. Some more things happen.
Kind of. So 80s was talking about like he hasn't been to a locals because he doesn't know what to expect from them or how it's run. But and I was telling him one of my experiences, but that was not the only locals that I went. I went to a couple Smash Bros tournaments, locals. It was run smoothly and really nice, no complaints. But I was referring to this one event that it was held at a huge place and it still sucked. I don't think so. It didn't went bad. It was just bad managed because we arrived at the I think so. Yeah, I saw his name. I was like, "Yo, Kwan, what's up, boy? What's up?" Yeah. So like the store that I was showing is right here in Manhattan, and like that was like the worst experience that I ever had because we arrived at the store around 12 p.m. and we ended up playing at like 6:30 or 7 p.m. bro, and we only played 2 matches and that was it. Amazing. We only played 2 games pretty much. Nah, bro, you didn't saw the store that I was showing, bro. It was huge. It was right here on like 5th, 7th Avenue on Manhattan. Let me see. I don't think I'll ever go to local, only like big events in California, so I'm kind of like. So wait, what do you mean? Like Evo in those places are 80s? Let me see. It was private crimes. No. I was showing it here. Let me look it up again. Give me 1 second. Yo, I gotta see if I got banned on Tekken. On Tekken, what's it called? on Tekken's. Wait, I gotta see, cause I uploaded a video on Tekken's Reddit, so I'm kind of like skeptical, you know. That was the time of the private sessions, you know. You know, so I'm like letting it be, because it was the private session conversation we had. Let me see, Microsoft store Manhattan. There you go. So this is the store that we went to. This one right here, and it was bad. Yeah, like evil for anything they do in Los Angeles. Oh, damn. Yo, I do want to go to Evo, bro. Even though I know I'll be out in a few minutes. You know what I mean? But I do want to go to Evo.
Conclusion towards the end. The fact that it's 40 minutes and could be broken out into these different segments allows an audience member to get invested in whatever the quote-unquote story of this match is, and to sit around and wait to get some sort of emotional payoff off of it, right? A fighting game, just a quick match, is so short that there is no time to get emotionally invested, and the structure of having individual rounds means that there isn't a ton of influence from what's happened early on in the match that influences later on in the match.
Yeah, bro, because what he means by that, imagine being in a match for 30 minutes. This guy's just yapping. No, I kind of get what he's saying. He's not actually talking about the fights being short. He's referring to, since every match or like set happens so quick, people don't really care as a viewer. Not as a play, not as someone that is actually playing, like not as the player, but as the viewer. That's what he's referring to. Nah, not exactly. He's talking about engagement. Because if you that's why he gave the League of Legends example, because it gives people time to like understand what is going on a little bit more than this. But you don't really need to understand really what is like happening or how it's gonna play out, because you can see the whole bar. Oh, hey, you gotta be careful. You don't get punished. Don't be mashing, boy. Like that's the things you gotta worry about in a fighting game. There's no investment into a match compared to a 40-minute match, man. For the way. Wait. There's no investment into the match compared to a 40-minute match, man. Fighting games are way more hype than the main say than anything. I do see that they bring the most emotion. You know? Like, I agree with you, Josh, actually. Now that thinking about it, I kind of like do a... What the fuck? Hey! I kind of like do agree with you, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Let me see. He's saying it's like... It's a downside for fighting games when it could be... That. Let me go back a little bit. I'm sorry. Let me go back a little bit.
Legends game is going to last.
Let me see if that's what he's talking about.
Now, if we're talking about Twitch viewers,
Capcom is the baby. They taking my shit. They repoing me, boy.
And this isn't to imply that you can't run tournaments. Obviously, I think.
Let's see. Let's go again and see what he actually meant. Bro.
But I just think that they shouldn't be the selling point. It shouldn't be like, come out to our weekly tournament every Friday. It should be like, come out to the social. We'll have a little bracket there, but we'll have setups on the side if you want to just hang out and play, have some drinks, you know, whatever you want to do. Now, if we're talking about Twitch viewership, like why are fighting game stream?
You see, bro, he's talking about viewers. He's talking about like we were saying, as a viewer. Like I was saying, as a viewer, not as a player. You know, so it kind of do makes sense. And also, you can bring tournaments into daily matches. You know, like it's different.
Less viewed than
as a viewer, I'm more entertained by the streamer than the game. Cause you expecting a reaction from him, or to see how good he is? Josh.
MOBA streams, strategy game streams, whatever. The reason is
Just one part of that. It's kind of hard to compare views. No. But he's talking about like, okay, this is kind of like, I'm not agreeing with him. I'm kind of like gonna elaborate a little bit more to what I say. Let's say you sit in like, let's say you never watch a fighting game in your life, and you never watch a League of Legends. I might give the same examples to make it fair, because if I go to Call of Duty or FPS, it's gonna be unfair. So let's say in League of Legends, you come across a streamer, he's playing League of Legends, there's a 5v5 match happening right there. And now compare that to a equally low health two characters on a fighting game, and you don't know who's gonna win. Let's say they both are 25%, and they got no meter, nothing, just a whole bar. That's all they got left. And so like it's gonna come down to this: crouching, slow approach. You know, so that's kind of like what he's talking about, like the engagement and what's gonna bring more people attention.
Because
I'm not saying I'm just elaborating on what he's trying to say. I'm not agreeing. I'm not saying he's wrong.
There are no stakes, effectively, is the way to put it. So the most successful categories on Twitch are categories that have, how do I phrase this? Basically, they have like contained story.
If it's casual watching, they stick to fighting games. What do you mean? Why?
Is that somebody can sit there and watch, right? So, for example, a League of Legends game is going to last about 40 minutes. And it has a start, some things can happen. Those things influence the middle, some more things happen, and then those things draw to a conclusion towards the end. The fact that it's 40 minutes and could be...
They are easy to understand. Low needs a lot more information to know even what's going on. No. But here's the thing, bro. Yes, you guys are right. But what he's talking about is what is more. What? How can I put it without being too crazy? So there's a lot more happening on a single fight in League of Legends that there is on a fighting game. There's a lot more happening on 1v1 no scoping, quick scoping than on a 1v1 on a fight match. You know, like visually there's a lot more happening, therefore engages better. That's what he's talking about, not me.
Broken out into these different segments allows an audience member to get invested in whatever the quote-unquote story of this match.
Not exactly, because there is more to follow. Let's say it's like this. It's a little bit more like this. Let's say a movie and a show, right? Sometimes when you watch a movie, you'll feel like, wow. I can curse. So sorry, I'm gonna be like this. Sometimes when you watch a movie, you'll be like, wow, I wish this was a show. That's what he's talking about.
Is, and to sit around and wait to get some sort of emotional payoff off of it, right? A fighting game, just a quick match, is so short that there is no time to get emotionally invested.
You see what I'm saying?
And the structure of having individual rounds means that there isn't a ton of influence from what's happened early on in the match.
You see, like now, so pretty much this is what I say. Let's say on League of Legends, you got 45 minutes. You got start, mid game, late game. After the late game comes the end. But after the late game on this on fighting games, everything resets.
That influences later on in the match, especially not to somebody who is not so ingrained into the fighting game that they can observe the sort of adaptations that players are making. And so it makes it very, very difficult for somebody who is not super engaged and super well integrated into that community.
Yo, that's true, bro. That's true. Oye, una pregunta, ¿para qué sirven los diamantes que salen en tu stream? De verdad, yo no sé. Guys, so you see, like, sorry, right here, right? There should be some like green diamonds. What are they for? You guys know what they for? No, it's the same for League of Legends. Maybe even more. Not really, bro. Not really. Because let's say what happens at the start. So what happened at on an early game in League of Legends influences on the mid, and what happens on the mid influences on late game. But on a fighting game, what happens on the first round stays on the first round. Now there is a second round, so people cannot see or can't tell what happened because everything resets. And they don't know how the players are changing or evolving from the first round to the second round. That's what he's talking about now. But in League of Legends, if you see, let's say if you start watching a game and it's 25 minutes in, they losing, and little by little, oh, we gotta do this objective and do this. Oh, why are you doing that? Oh, because we gotta come back. We gotta make a comeback. We gotta grind a little bit more. We gotta farm. We gotta do this. Okay, next fight comes along. It could go either or. And you can kind of see that more in depth in the League of Legends game than you can do on a fighting game. Because let's say first round I was jumping. The other guy was punishing me for that. On the second round, I know not to do that because I'm gonna get punished. Yo, what's up, man? We still yapping over here, bro. Bro, it's crazy, bro. This video is 13 minutes long, and I started recording because I wanted to make sure we've been talking for an hour about this single video, bro. It's crazy. I like this video, bro. I really like this video.
What we would need to do is we would need to set up these types of systems that elongate the emotional payoff and offer some kind of stakes to it, right? So like a successful stream might be something like, I'm gonna play 20 matches. For every match I lose, at the end of that 20 matches, I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. So, you know, if somebody's here and they watch me lose 20,
that's what we used to do here, and y'all hate it. You see, we used to do that. Hablamos, Oscar. Bueno, sorry, pero no sé para qué son de verdad los cosas verdes, la verdad. De verdad que no, loco. So yeah, that's what we used to hear. But we used to taking water shots, and y'all didn't like it, so we stopped doing that. We stopped doing that. Let me see what is going on here.
20 matches in a row. That's 200 push-ups. Like, that sucks. That's enough for somebody to get emotionally interested.
Yo, guys, I was gonna start doing this on Tekken, and I want to hear you guys' opinion on this. So every 3K likes we receive on Tekken, on a Tekken match, let's say we get 3K likes. That round that we on, we gotta lose it, and while the round happens, we gotta do push-ups or jumping jacks. I had that in mind today. I was gonna mention it. What do you guys think about it?
I think some other content creators that are like,
it could be ranked, it could be anything, but I was gonna start doing
like
that,
or what have you. But just having stakes and being in
oh yeah, you're gonna get tired. No, but it's only okay. So maybe do 10, but we still gotta lose a round. Nah, it has to be ranked. Yeah, it's gonna be on rank. So if we get 3,000 likes, rank fitness is insane. Oh yeah, you're just gonna have the camera, but bro, we can do this. We can do this, baby, and I can just do the jumping jacks over here. Bah, bah, bah. You know. But we could do maybe 20 sit-ups or something, but we do gotta lose the round, not the whole fight, the round. And also, no, you're doing push-ups. I got it. Don't worry, bro. Y'all can see I'm saving me, bro. Or there's something else I want to add to that. Another thing, another more spices to that, bro. Even more spices
to prolong.
But hey, y'all down for that idea? That idea, though, it's gonna be on ranks. 3K likes. Every 3K likes, we gotta lose that round and do 10 push-ups. Y'all like that idea, though?
This sort of emotional payoff is something that would be necessary, but
I'm also gonna add something else to it.
Hard to do, and I think that's why people don't.
And maybe I was thinking about doing it by gifts as well. But we're gonna talk about it a little bit more now after this video.
It was more exciting back in the day to tune in and watch majors, to watch even locals and what have you, and that we didn't need to do all of this extra like hard work to get people engaged. And like to a degree, they're kind of right. Earlier on, at least like in 9 when I was starting to get.
Yes, but I don't agree with him because everything has already been done. If you think about it, bro. Let's say everything that you can think of on a Call of Duty game, it's already done. Any video you can think of, it's already done. Anything that you could be done on a fighting game, or anything that you can think of on doing on a fighting game, it's already done. You want to troll people, it's already done. You want to be funny, or you want to just do backflips, it's already done. And also, it's a line between having a new idea and a silly idea. I was going to say how many gifts they say you have to do. Someone can send you like 100. Yeah, like if someone sends me like every 100 flowers, I was thinking maybe every 100 flowers we lose a round, or every 50 flowers and we lose a round. So that means I gotta hurry up every round.
Integrated with the fighting game community. There was a lot of this kind of like almost like wrestling style heel versus babyface.
Happy, what you? Oh, you're gonna eat now? Okay. Yo, Happy, come back because we're gonna be here.
And there's these guys and they're humble.
Or if you want to watch us while you eat.
You want the humble guys to beat the villains, right? The problem with this era is that like yes, it's pretty.
Let me finish watching. Let me watch this.
That are all living.
But yeah, let's go to Tekken.
But like an important element of professional wrestling is consent. We're all out there performing with each other, not against each other, and we all, to some degree, have an understanding of what's going to be. To a degree, they're kind of right, what have you, and that we didn't need to do all of this extra like hard work to get people engaged. And like to a degree, they're kind of right. Earlier on, at least like in 9 when I was starting to get integrated with the fighting game community, there was a lot of this kind of like almost like wrestling style heel versus babyface mentality going on. There's these guys and they're villains, they talk a lot of shit, and there's these guys and they're humble. Those are the good guys. We want the humble guys to beat the villains, right? The problem with this era is that like, yes, it's pretty entertaining if we like forget that these are people that are all living their life somewhere, but like an important element of professional wrestling is consent.
No. Also, bro, you know who you can compare it to, bro? Let's say the way Vanos Gaming was playing VO2 and the way Face was playing VO2. They did everything they could inside their categories, but it was so different from one another, but they were still playing the same game. Bro, if y'all don't remember Vano's gaming, banana buzz, did it, banana, and all that, and the ninja diffuses, bro, and all that stuff, and he still came out of the same game that FaZe was playing, but they grabbed the game on a completely different of a completely different aspect, and they made it was like looking at two different games, bro.
We're all out there performing with each other, not against each other. And we all, to some degree, have an understanding of what's going to be said, what spots we're going to go through. And it's all, you know...
Yes, but what he was saying is... I mean, what I was saying is that even though they were still playing the same game, it was not the same content. It was not the same content. It was the same game, yes, but it was not the same content at all.
The heel is on the side of the babyface. The point of that character is to get the babyface over. So when we try to do those, and it's just John and Larry, John is just being a dickhead to Larry. Larry hasn't consented to this at all. Like, it's just somebody who's being rude and nasty to him. And that's just not like hospitable environment that we can condone and allow to exist. So ironically, I think the idea isn't to like take all of the fun and flair and trash talk out of the fighting game community, because I mean, I enjoyed watching that shit too. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But we have to make it less like professional wrestling and make it more like professional wrestling, where if we're gonna talk shit, we should at least like have a conversation backstage first. We're like both on board, right? We both know what's being said, and we can.
Bro, he's just yapping now, bro. Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. So what he's talking about right now, bro. That makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, brother, that would make. Yo, I was gonna look at a video, but I don't know the name. Have you guys know who watch League of Legends? You know who Tyler 1 is, right? Have you seen the way he acts at events and the way he acts at home, bro? It's like two completely different guys, bro. Without telling. Yes, but you can tell when he's acting. Like sometimes you can tell when certain behaviors are coming out because you want them to come out, not because it's you. Did that make sense? Like, you can tell when someone is acting. Like, you can tell when they trying to be like extra friendly and extra like happy or extra cringe to a degree, because that's what he was being told. Because that's what I've been told to do or act. When you know well that I don't act like that. And you can feel that when
like have fun with
when
it,
someone is acting,
rather than just be fucking mean to one another, right?
And no one enjoys that.
There's a lot of room for making exciting and engaging content, and for highlighting the spirit and the fun that we can have as a fighting game community. I think that it just requires a lot of intention and a lot of attention to detail and a lot of communication between people to make sure that we're all above board and doing it properly. And I think a lot of people just don't want to do all that shit. And I think so long as we're in this mentality of, you know, I'm just going to hop on and I'm going to stream ranked matches over and over and over.
Yeah, he got some like really good arguments about like the community in general and the games. But I don't really fully agree with everything he said, bro. For real. I really don't. Do you guys do? Do you guys agree with everything he said? Because I like, that's why like this argument was so long, because I really don't agree with everything he said. What do you think?